You don't need to hear the alma mater.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
What's up, Facebook? It's Home Team Sports Tuesday night, man, before Thanksgiving. And I'm pumped for this one, guys. I'm pumped for this one. First off, I gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room, and I'm not talking about Billy Moore. I'm talking about Prince Shango was 4-0 this week. We're gonna do our predictions later on today, but bow to the king. You were 4-0.
Thank you. My subject. Thank you.
Anthony was predicting a 4-0 or a 3-1, and he failed. I'm sorry, AJ.
It happens.
Just like that 500.
Shit happened. E-Dog, hi, Dad.
What's up, buddy?
Look at that. TJ in the house.
Sean.
I just want to acknowledge, though, we do have a better quarterback in Wentz right here on our podcast today.
Billy Moore is better.
Billy Moore is better than Carson Wentz.
He is a Giants fan, right? You know.
I am a Giants fan.
Wentz, too.
All right. Well, I had fun, guys.
So, as most people that are watching this or will be watching this know, COVID took away the 114th meeting between PBURG and Easton. It was canceled. It was supposed to be played this past Saturday, and they canceled it for a multitude of reasons. It was a hard decision by both school boards, both state athletic commissions. They tried to get this thing. Heard a lot of things from the parents saying that it might be played in April, like around Easter time. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't know where we're going to be with COVID. But the 114th meeting between PBURG and Easton is canceled. Thus, that's why we're talking about it tonight, and TJ's talking about it tomorrow night, because we've got to keep this tradition going somehow, right? So if you guys can, spend an hour with us and talk about it, comment your memories from the game, comment your tailgating experiences, comment whatever you want to comment about this great game. It was always a good time. I remember going since I was a kid. I remember going to like I think it was like something like 20 of them in a row there for I broke my streak when my brother passed away. But I still go to this day, once in a while I try to get to it. Billy does as well. Billy Moore. We are being joined on Home Team Sports today by Billy Moore, who was a quarterback in this actual game in 1997, where the Stateliners won 26-6 that game, and Moore had 3 touchdowns. He had 2 carries for 12 yards rushing. He was 4 for 6, 49 yards passing, and 2 touchdown passes. What is up, Billy Moore?
Hey, there's some great stats, right?
It jumped off the screen to me.
It's a win. It's a win for me, man. It's a win for me. Like, was that too fast for you, Sean? You couldn't read that fast?
No, I said it was amazing. Like the stats jumped out. Like I was like, wow, that's something.
He had a hell of a game. He had a hell of a season. He had a hell of a high school career, Billy. Don't sell yourself short, man. You were AJ. Didn't you have some stats on him about he was number 14 all time?
No, 14 all time. That season, he was 7th all time going into that. Since then, he's
going into 14. That season. He was 7th all time.
So he was top 7 all time that season. I mean.
So what you trying to say? He wasn't that good?
Right there.
I'm trying to say something to be proud of, man. My man was fun. My man was fun to watch. I saw all his games because my cousin Dave Straley was his running back. So I went to every single one of those games. I saw all Billy's games. Yeah, Billy. So Billy, take us back to 1997, man. Take us back to that night, or that the night before, the morning, the practices, the feelings you had. Like, how do you guys feel that morning?
All right. First off, I'm going to start with knowing that this game is canceled this year. The high school, the band, all participants. I feel for you guys, especially the seniors that don't get this opportunity for the last time. Again, I feel it's a shame, and then hopefully you guys will be able to get some, maybe a Gatorade replay or whatever it is. But that's that.
ahead.
Getting back to that morning, you know
Yeah.
what? It's crazy. You know, you can't sleep the night before. You're envisioning that game, how you want it to go. You know, like I said, you don't sleep. You know, you get up, you go to the, you know, you get some little breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the field house there, and you know, and it's just like every other game, but you know, the nerves. I mean, it's just more because it's such a big game. I mean, everybody's serious in the locker room. It's a great feeling. You know, you're all getting ready. You know, just trying to get everybody together. And Matt,
Matt,
get everybody to be on
Matt Turbo
the
chiming in. Cheryl, my aunt Cheryl. Good evening, Mr. Moore.
Hey,
my aunt Beth saying, I'm shocked it's been canceled. If the players and their parents are okay with it, why couldn't it be done without the fans at all? We could watch it on TV. Again, I don't want to get into the semantics of it all. I just know that it was a real hard decision for them to make. And it just was. It just happened that they just couldn't do it. I mean, with the new rules, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that they would have had to quarantine, and there wasn't enough time to quarantine before Thanksgiving. They tried to do it Saturday before they changed the rules, right, to the outside parent. So the parents, they changed it from gatherings of 500 people to 150 over in New Jersey. You could thank Governor Murphy for that. And then they were talking about all kinds of other things coming over here and doing it. I mean, there was different things. My father's on the school board, so they really tried to get this done, but it was a really difficult decision to do. My heart goes out to everybody who misses this game this year. But again, hopefully we're in a place in the spring where maybe they can do it. I don't know if they're going to even try, but a lot of the parents are talking about it, maybe trying to get it to go. But I mean, AJ made a point earlier this week, and I agree with him. If kids are seniors, I know this game means a lot to them, but like say they're seniors who are really, really good and have a free ride somewhere, maybe they might not play this game. So that, I mean, God forbid something happens. But you know this guy, Ray Pat says Billy the Willie Moore flea flicker Hail Mary touchdown pass drive home safely Moore. Is that your official nickname?
That's between Ray and I.
Okay.
That's a long ass nickname.
Right. So I mean, I could talk all day, but I'm going to let Billy talk. Billy, like, all right. So take us in that game, right? You were in the zone, man. You had 3 touchdowns. Like, how were you feeling? How were you feeling at halftime?
Well, you know what? Let's bring it back a little bit. You know what I mean? So we were in the locker room. You know, you're getting everybody pumped up, and you know, just getting ready for game time. You know, you load up in the bus, and you're driving over to Easton, and you get to Fisher Field over there, and you know, your adrenaline just starts going. You know, you realize that in a couple hours you're going to play, you know, one of the biggest, but actually not one of the biggest football game of your high school career, in front of, you know, anywhere between 13 to 20,000 people. So yeah, I mean, you know, you get off the bus there, and you know, stuff starts rolling. Then, you know, everything's starting to kick in. So you know, you get your pregame and all that good stuff, and you know, you go into the locker room after your pregame, and boom, next thing you know, you're coming out after the coach's speech, and you just hear how crazy it is out there. And then, you know, when you get out towards the field area and you just realize, you know, how many people are out there, you're like, wow, this is pretty crazy. You know,
and in case anybody doesn't know, it's like somewhere between 15 and 20,000 most times.
Yeah. I mean,
now you get more nervous or more pumped up with all the people?
Nerves, you know, especially, you know, being a quarterback. I mean, you got to take control of the game. I mean, it's more in your hands. You know, it starts out with you. So definitely nerves. But
not to fumble that first snap, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, or throw an interception or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, you see all these people out there, and you're like, wow, man, you're this high school kid playing in front of, what a lot of college guys don't even play in front of these types of crowds.
Get a bigger crowd than the Lafayette football.
Oh my God, absolutely. Sean, what's up, buddy? Yeah, absolutely. So, once that first snap happens, I mean, the nervousness goes away, and you get into a rhythm. And I think that that game there, we got into a good rhythm, and we never broke it. We defensively, we had a great game, and things were clicking on all cylinders on offense. So,
give some shout outs to some of your teammates that day.
Shout outs, man. Well, of course, my boy Davey Straley, who should be here with me tonight, but
48, man.
48.
Shout out to 48.
Billy and Bowden, Teddy Garcia, Kim Tifoni, Jason Hutchison. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about Hutchie a little bit.
Sure.
Jason Hutchison. We started the season out 3-0. He went down with a real bad knee injury. I think it was the next 3-4 games we played, we lost, and Hutchie was a big key,
right?
On both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And, we were happy to have him back for that EASTON PBURG game. And, we finished it off with a win.
Do you remember what your record was going into the game?
Yeah, it was 3. I want to say it was 3-5 that year.
Yeah.
You know what EASTON's record was?
Offhand, I do not.
They had a losing record too, AJ. I think they only had 2 or 3 wins also.
Okay.
Hey,
well,
you could have made things sound a little bit better, like they had a
No,
winning record.
They're
Undefeated, absolutely.
Listen, though, that record, you throw the records out the door when they play that game.
When it comes to that game, for sure, man.
It's a rivalry game.
I mean, this year, PBURG was like 6-1. Would have been 6-1 going in, and EASTON's 3-4.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So much for records.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the statistician is chiming in. We were 3 for 5. There you go. Lost 5 straight games.
That's it.
So yeah, just ask Ray, and he shall receive. By the way, speaking of Ray, he is co-hosting with TJ tomorrow. He is co-hosting Ray Pat.
Ray, good for
we
you.
couldn't get a big name like that on this show,
Just throwing that out there, man. Just Ray Pat.
So you trying to say Billy ain't a big name? Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to say
Billy's a big name, but Ray Pat, there's nothing.
No.
In PBURG?
Unless you could put Charlie Bowlby on this show. That's about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one.
I'm upset for you, Billy.
Thunder Thornton. Right? We got we got some legends in PBURG, Shango.
Legends.
We do. We got legends.
Thunder will tell you your stats from your Still Hill days.
There's another legend right there, right? TJ Spitter. Y'all got to relax. Why do we got to relax? I'd like to see you try it. Well, wait. He is tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck with that. 10 people.
Billy is a huge legend.
Exactly. I don't know that.
That might have been, John Wilson. Is Thunder still around? The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, he works at KFC, doesn't he?
Still to this day.
You think he would own the place by now?
And still carrying his barrels.
He worked right alongside Straley there for the longest time. Straley was the manager at that joint for a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, so keep going. Halftime, pumped. Well, you said
like I said, man. We got into a rhythm, and we clicked on all cylinders, and everything went our way. We just couldn't have asked for a better game. Like I said, defensively, offensively, the line was blocking. Giving time to pass, even though we did 6 times. But yeah, as the game progressed, I mean, you just it was great. I mean, you winning, and when you have when you're winning, I mean, things on the sideline, the morale's up. It was just a great feeling.
Did you play the defensive side of the ball?
I did not. I did my senior year.
Okay.
I wasn't given the opportunity.
Raymond, I'm also going to get 2-time state champion wrestling Jewel Gonzalez on tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, AJ, a wrestler. You wanted a wrestler. There you go, man.
Yeah. We got a wrestler. Billy Moore,
All right.
wrestler.
I want to see some comments or traditions. All right. So like Billy, had to at the end of that game, I'm sure you were feeling like $1 million. The place was going berserk. You know.
Yeah. You know what, man? What a great feeling. I mean, just seeing the fans come down and all your friends and the whole student section. Again, being a high school kid and getting to experience all that. It's next to nothing. I mean, you speak to these guys that don't have a game like we have, and they're, everybody says, man, we wish we can play in that type of a game. We wish we can have that type of crowd. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just a great feeling. I mean, you can't beat it. You really can't beat it.
And you get that Forks of the Delaware trophy, right?
That's it.
And your coach that year was Bruce Smith, right?
Devastating news after that game. During my freshman and sophomore year, I planned on not playing. Afterwards, there was some personal issues that went on, and Coach Smith pursued me and just kept saying, let's go, give it an opportunity. Great guy. I see him to this day, and I thank him. We continue to keep in touch with each other. And then after that game, he broke the news. I was a junior, and I was excited to come back the following year and have him as a coach. And he resigned. And instead of being happy and being what any other football player should be like after winning a game like that, I had tears in my eyes. Because knowing that I wasn't going to come, I was going to come back my senior year and not have Coach Smith there, a guy that I looked up to. And
who took over for him?
Coach Phil Rahm.
Phil Rahm, yeah. This is my boy Dave Barner down here. He says, "Big Al, I'm not from either school, but what is the record?" Unfortunately, I have to admit that Easton does hold a heck of an advantage over the Stateliners over the years. This would have been the 114th meeting, but in 113 previous meetings, Easton has won 66 of them. They are 66-5, and there have been 2 ties. The last of which was 1993, 7-7 tie. And tomorrow on Spittin' with Spitter, Mr. Joe Luke, who was the running back in that game, will be there on Spittin' with Spitter tomorrow. TJ's going to have a cast of characters from both Easton and Phillipsburg. So if you're from the Easton area, because I know this is real PBURG heavy here, because I'm sorry, I'm a Stateliner. My boy over there wrestled for the Stateliners. If you want to talk more Easton football, come see TJ tomorrow at 8:00. So now we talked about your game. 3 touchdowns, 26-6, 1997, right? Great time, right?
Great
time. Fast forward to the fact that you started to be a fan after that, and you started going to these games with me, my cousins, and we tailgate every damn morning. We go up we meet at the parking lot, right? Dave's always got the beer, maybe a thing of Fireball. Name another high school football experience where you tailgate the morning before. I mean, let's talk about that a little bit, Bill.
I mean, I'm sure there's.
I did. That was my senior year.
TJ, we'll talk about Shango later. All right.
No, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to do that.
We're talking about Billy Moore.
You don't want to do that.
Bill, before you get started, I want to put this up there.
Go ahead.
All right. Pete Borelli checking in. Pete Borelli. PBURG Easton is like no other game. We moved out here 18 years ago, and there is nothing like it. I couldn't even imagine the feeling of playing in that game. We were lucky if we had 100 people at our games in Bound Brook, but when I played, Billy is a great dude and a great coach.
Pete, thank you.
Got dogs laughing. All right. And And
E-Dog.
TJ got you, Willie. All right, so Thursday morning, Ray, thank you. If you want to watch this, Shango, on TV2 Sports, 2014 game will be broadcasted on Thanksgiving morning at 10:30.
What was the outcome of that game? Do we know the outcome of that game?
1915, Phillipsburg.
1915 Phillipsburg, yes. Shango, I will make it my mission that if this game is played like it normally is next Thanksgiving, I'm taking your ass to this game.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
I would love to go.
All right, and I will take you to this game. If hopefully it's played in Thanksgiving 2021 like it always is at Lafayette College, and we get back to normal a little bit here. All right. So
I must say this, Aldo. Getting back to the tailgate, though, he wouldn't experience the tailgates that we've had in the years past. I mean, they cracked down a little bit on the tailgates.
They did.
And it's not as big. It's not as fun. I mean, we had bands up there. You know, a couple years. I know I've been there 5:45 in the morning. I know there was a time where I stayed up all night from the night before and went right to the parking deck.
Did Naked Jake make an appearance like 3-4 years in a row?
Yeah, Naked Jake did. Unfortunately, I think all that's cut out.
Yeah.
For now.
I don't even want to.
No, Naked Jake's a band, a local band.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, like, what?
Don't get too excited, Shango.
Yeah, don't get excited, right?
Like, there's kids that are playing that, and there's a naked dude walking around. That's
Yo. Speaking of Naked Jake Kish, man. Only one band played tailgating in PBURG EASTON history, and it's Naked Jake. What's up, Jake?
My man.
Yeah. PBURG will be home next year. How about that? I'll see you after tail. Wait, what was that? I'll see you.
He said, "Wow."
Wow.
Scott, Billy Moore, what's up?
Scotty Vaughn. Another big PBURG high school football player.
Absolutely.
Good dude.
So waiting in the wings here, my cousin Phil's now backstage. He's joining us there, Shango. You know, Bill, you know this guy?
Oh, Billy.
Oh, my God. Phil, yes, I do.
Doesn't he look like an old hermit?
He's far away from that camera. It took me a little while to recognize him. What's up, Phil?
He's down in Louisiana now.
Oh, nice. Shouldn't you have a T-shirt on?
But, I mean, he's part of Home Team Sports, and, you know, he was just running late and having difficulties with his phone and whatnot.
3-1,
Yeah,
not 2-2. 3-1. I know.
Oh, you're 3-1.
I
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll fix that. It was 3-1. All right. So, Billy, keep talking. What were you talking about tailgating?
Tailgate. Yeah, like I said, you know what? I'm sure, you know, a lot of people tailgate, but there's just no other tailgate like the EASTON PBURG tailgate. I mean, you have the streets lined up, you know, outside of the stadium with cars and tables and people drinking, you know, along with the parking deck, the top and the bottom. You got College Hill Tavern. And then, you know what, I'll even give a little shout out to a little small business over there across from College Hill Tavern, Milo's, which I was just recently introduced to. But these places are all packed with former players, you know, fans, just people having a good time. You know,
yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to the Spencers. Right, they always had a big spread.
They did.
You know, if you threw them like $10, you can help yourself to some food, man. Like Will Spencer would always have like a table set up, and the whole family be sitting there, man. I graduated with Travis. He was actually my class president.
Pork roll, egg, and cheese.
Pork roll, egg, and cheese. Hell yeah, man. I used to open up College Hill Tavern with my father there for a while before I started meeting you guys up there at the parking garage.
The night before, there's not a bar you can go to that ain't packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
insane.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's insane. And then, of course, EASTON has their bonfire over there right next to the school, which is a great idea. And then PBURG, Pittsburgh had a bonfire, and now they do like fireworks and a pep rally nowadays at Waters Park.
They did do the Walters Park, but now it's funny. Years ago, when the last bonfire was the year I coached at Town,
Yeah.
and the following year after the last bonfire, one of our players got stuck with a nail in his knee.
Yeah.
Obviously from one of the pallets that was burned.
Yep.
And that was the end of the bonfires.
Yep. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. That's how that happened.
Yeah.
Because
so now they do fireworks.
Because the bonfire was done on like a practice field, or like Waters Park. Waters Park has a field, a baseball field, and then the back end of it is like a football field, right?
You think they would have done it somewhere like better than in the middle of where kids play football?
It's Pittsburgh, man.
I'm sure. Oh, okay, so not one of the players in the game got a nail in
No.
the knee. Okay,
It's at Pack Field now.
That's the one down behind South Main Street and stuff, like the Red Church.
Yeah.
So a funny story behind that one there. We had a kid by the name of Chris Rossetti was injured, so we run out onto the field. Again, this was Town back when Town had their teams, and this poor kid's got a nail sticking out of his knee. So again, so that basically put the end to the whole bonfire thing at Walters Park.
One kid ruined it for everybody.
That's
so
it.
Now,
just like you in this show.
No. Oh man, I got to deal with this all the time. Billy. They love each other behind the scenes. They love each other, right? But they just AJ and Shango just.
A love-hate relationship.
Everybody wants a shot at the king. That's what it is. I mean,
he's a fake wrestler. I'm a real wrestler.
I mean, I real wrestle too. You can fake take this ass whooping.
All right, so Phil, that makes you 15-9, my boy. All right, so I'm gonna show these. We're gonna do Phil. We're gonna do the predictions at the end of the show. But
I got a question for Billy.
Go ahead.
How many years did you play in that game, Billy?
2 years. Well, actually,
2 years?
I played 3 years.
3 years.
And my sophomore year, I was a place kicking holder, and I believe I was the third string quarterback. My sophomore year.
And
I mean, for me, being there 3 years, I actually suited up all 4 years. They suited up some of the freshmen. It was a great experience.
you don't get in though.
Not. Did you say what?
You don't get in the game though.
No, not your freshman or sophomore year. But I mean, my sophomore year, I did. Like I said, being a place kicking holder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. So pretty soon, momentarily within the next couple of minutes, we're going to have a current band member who also is missing this 114th meeting. In case you just joined us, we're talking about PBURG EASTON tonight because PBURG EASTON is canceled this year because of COVID, and it's hurting a lot of people. And my heart, and I think everybody in this room's hearts go out to everybody that's missing this game, the seniors especially, the band members, the cheerleaders. And even for the Rovers players, the Rovers cheerleaders, the Rovers band, sure. I'm sure our hearts are all with everybody. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and I hope tonight and tomorrow night at 8:00 with TJ talking about this game just kind of gets you in the Thanksgiving mood, right? What's Thanksgiving without Pittsburgh and EASTON, right?
The only thing we feel bad about is not being able to see EASTON lose. No, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
I didn't want to say that.
You got to throw records out the door with this one. I know Pittsburgh was 6-1 this year, and EASTON was 3-4, but that don't mean shit. You never know what's going to happen there with that game. But like I said earlier, Dave's question was, what the record was. EASTON's won this game 66 out of 113 times. So I mean, the stats don't lie.
Okay, forget it. I forgot my question.
The train.
Head injury, man.
Did you see
Head
that?
injury.
Go,
Head
Shango.
injury.
Shango, did you see his thought train? His thought train just derail
No,
right?
I'm
what-
head injuries
what
are a
year
real
was it- was
thing.
the,
And y'all keep laughing at me.
Hey Phil, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. I would have been here on time. We had issues here at work. The new guy, he had some problems. I had to take over, so it took me about 15 minutes. But then my phone wasn't working. Like no messages.
You're not getting paid for the
came
first
out.
half hour.
That's right. That's right. That's what I said. The same.
You
thing,
get half a
man.
hot dog now.
Docking your pay, bro.
I told him, I said, man, I can't do this. I got to do this, man.
Maddie Falls
Oh, hey,
checking
Maddie.
in. Cousin Phil, what's up? Dad said, "What's up?"
All right. You take care of my girl, right?
Yep.
Taking care
Maddie,
of
am I chopped liver?
Yeah, Maddie's not going to say hi to Billy Moore. That's all right. That's cool. Yo, I'll say hi. Hey, cuz Joe Falls, what's up?
He threw some banging parties.
Sean, yeah, you remember? You got some stories?
No, I don't. I'm
Shango are laying down. No, I mean like Phillipsburg EASTON stories.
No, I don't have any. I mean, I remember a lot of the games. A lot of them, I was an addict, bro. I'm in recovery now, but I don't remember a lot of those things. My
That was
90s were
TJ's
shot.
thing too, right? Like I wanted TJ to be on here too, but he's like, nah, because all the games that I went to where I was fucked up, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like Billy. I'm not putting Billy on the spot and saying that there's some games he attended where he didn't remember. But I mean, that's
taking over the bridge. That was it.
that was 97. That was 97. That was after.
I mean, look at it like this. At least you wasn't sucking dick for game tickets like TJ.
Oh God.
Oh, actually, Joe took over Maddie's Facebook account. Oh,
He's a stalker.
gotcha. TJ says I don't remember a single game. Well,
I'm with
Come
you,
on, TJ.
yeah.
I remember being in a cell and having a TV and watching our cousin Dave Straley run a kickoff back for the only score in one of those.
That was
one of those
1996.
years.
That was 96. That was the year before this game. The game we were talking about earlier, cuz before you came on, was Billy's junior year, 1997, where the PBURG won 26-6. Billy had 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing.
Oh, so 12 rushing.
No, he had 12 yards rushing.
Uh,
He was 2 carries for 12 yards, and he 4 for 6 for 49 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Now, Phil, would you start Billy over Carson Wentz?
right now, yeah, hell yeah.
You know what, man? I appreciate that.
I'd start my kid.
AJ, I already told you. I want the fucking Giants to win the division already. All right, get their heads out of their asses. Get their heads out of their damn asses. All right.
Listen, I just got
Everybody else is dead.
Carson Wentz was just sacked again.
E-Dog.
Can we do something? Can we replace AJ with Billy? Nah, AJ's my partner, man. I can't say nothing. He got in that Raz, man. Came this close to winning a Marvin Harrison jersey, man.
Yeah, it was
This close.
How'd that happen?
The roll was 4, and he landed on 3. He got the 3rd roll.
Okay. Obviously, you guys haven't seen him play lately.
Yeah, but we see
Is he
Wentz
talking
play,
about
so,
If is he talking about Wentz
I'm probably talking about Billy.
I think he's talking about Billy.
or Billy? Billy, have you played lately?
I have played in Jake's Flag League a couple years ago.
Okay. Tell me you were quarterback.
I played quarterback, and you know what, man?
And the Eagles
Not-
had to grab him.
I don't want to talk good about myself like that, but I mean, I kind of lit things up over there.
He doesn't want to
Laugh out
talk
loud, Jakey. I kind of lit things. I had to go to a different league. Things just, I needed something more competitive. Sorry, Jake.
Bugging you to come play quarterback.
Tell him, Holly.
Jake, wink, wink.
Just so
Tell
Jake
him,
knows,
Holly.
he's knocking a guy that has the only one in PBURG to have a rushing, a receiving, and a passing touchdown in the game. Come on now. This man's a
Thanks,
legend.
AJ.
No, Billy.
Legend.
Jake's calling you out, man. No, Billy. No.
Jake, I love you.
Just no. Just no. He had a brief flag career.
It's because he moved on to bigger and better
I had
competition.
No,
exactly.
no,
You know what?
man.
Exactly.
I want to know. Wait, I
Hey,
want to know.
I had to take my talents elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took his talent south.
South Beach.
Does he mean that it was brief as in length of time, or that you actually played in briefs? Because you've been known to do that.
Why you gotta? Why? I mean, like you just gotta.
My little guy says it's too funny.
Yep, he's loving this, man. He's loving this. He's
Love you,
loving
buddy. Listen, I
Wait.
played in briefs. I play, you know.
He was great in Garnet and Gray, much less stellar with the flag.
Hey, Jake, don't you got something else to do?
I love
band to
it.
attend.
I love it. We were supposed to have a band member on. I'm waiting for him to come on.
He's
he's-
acting like an angry ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, Kathy, if you're watching, like we're ready for Stevie whenever he's ready. But if he doesn't want to come on, I understand. It's fine. We have, the best story that I have with PBURG EASTON was my father. One time, he's like, I think it was somewhere in the mid 2000s. He said, nobody's going to go to the game with me. You want to go to the game? So I was like, sure, I'll go to the game. So he says, meet me over at the College Hill Tavern. I said, what time? They said, he goes, I think they open up at 8. Well, he's over there at 7. He's texting me. He's like, he's calling me actually. He's like, where are you? I'm like, you told me 8. So I came over and the College Hill Tavern was closed, right? So these 3 big Rover dudes come in. They're all wearing their Easton Red Rover varsity shit. I don't know if they were wrestlers or what. They're all standing there too, and he's like, "What's the matter? They won't let you in." So they're knocking, and the guys walk up. He's like, "I opened up at 8 o'clock." He goes, "It's PBURG EASTON. You open up now." He goes. He looked around, made sure there was nobody else. He goes, "Okay, you guys can come in." So my father and I actually opened up College Hill Tavern one time, and he thought that was the coolest shit in the freaking world. He's like, "They let us in." I'm like, "No, they let those guys in because they were big and intimidating, and we just happened to be here. We just happened to be here, man." It's all right. It's all good.
Hey,
All
so while I'm on here, you know what? I got to give a little special shout out to my
Go ahead.
little Maddie Barna. I had the pleasure of coaching Maddie with the 7th and 8th grade, actually the 4th and 5th grade and 7th and 8th grade teams. But his senior year this year, obviously they're not playing, but he also didn't play his junior year due to an injury. So I feel for him, and I wanted to give him a shout out if he's watching. Again, along with all the other guys.
Yeah, and he was a captain, right? He was a captain on the Stateliners this year.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So joining us now is a freshman. What's up, Steven?
What's up?
All right, Steven. So, we were talking all about the football part. We talked about Billy's big game in 1997. We talked about the tailgating and all the craziness that happens there. I'm sure you'll learn about that when you're a little older. Maybe dad will tell you some stories, right? Steve Sr.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is Stephen Fulse Jr., who is a band member at Phillipsburg Stateliner Band. Tell us about the band prep, Steve. Tell us about what the band goes through leading up into that game and how excited you guys get.
Well, first we start at the high school. Then we get on their buses, all dressed up with all of our clothes. And we have all of our instruments on a box truck or some kind of transport vehicle to transport all the stuff up to the field. Once we get there, we warm up, and then we start marching over to the stadium. It's a thriller. It's all the adrenaline's rushing.
Are you more? I'll ask you the same question AJ asked Billy. Are you more nervous or are you more pumped?
I would say a little bit both.
Yeah. Already, he's a stronger guy than you, Billy, because Billy said he was more nervous.
That's messed up.
Now you got to call me out, right?
But yeah, so
Billy's worried about fumbling the first snap.
So tell me about.
Of course,
tell me about how you
who
guys
wouldn't be, right?
Tell me about how you guys felt when you found out there was no game this year. Like, how did that go over?
I felt sad, but like all the seniors, they were like pissed
Right.
and
They were angry.
more sad because it was their last year.
Right. And you get a couple more cracks at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But like when you're on that field and you're part, or like during the game though, you guys all set up in the stands, right? There's always PBURG's home next year. They were supposed to be home this year. So you guys would have been up in the stands on the home field side. And then talk about that. Talk about the chaos that happens because you guys got to start moving your way down there towards halftime and talk about that.
Yeah. So what we do is like after we do one of our songs and then it comes halftime, I want to say we go before halftime even starts. So we're already ready. Already ready to go to get on the field and perform our music.
And you guys, they do different tunes every year for the halftime show, right? They practice different stuff. Sometimes it usually has a theme to it, like maybe from a movie. Or do you know what you guys were gonna do this year?
This year we were doing Mechanize. It had Imagine Dragons and some other songs. I don't really remember.
So
yeah.
Big Ray Pat said he coached Stephen Fulse Jr. at Steel Hill. Is that true?
Yes.
Which is why he plays in the band now.
Who said that?
Django said that. You know what the worst part about that, Billy? Is that he's never met Ray, but it fits. It fits perfectly.
You know, yes.
Yeah. He's a Mets fan. What do you expect?
Oh, well, then that's it.
Hey,
wait,
who of a great coach?
Right.
Oh, Ray's a Mets fan.
Yeah, Ray's a Mets fan. I grew up with Ray on Bringer Street. Well, I didn't grow up with him. He was one of the neighborhood kids that always played baseball.
Even Aunt Holly's chiming in. You can say hi.
Hey.
All the Fulses are watching, man. I got Joey watching, Joe watching, Holly watching, Kathy, your mother. I know that your mother was rather upset there was no PBURG EASTON game this year, right? But you did mention that a lot of parents are talking about it maybe being in April. Have you heard anything like that in school?
Not really, because I go over in Warren Tech.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do. That's correct. Once a Mets fan, always a Mets fan. Well, unfortunately for you, Ray. Sorry to hear that. All right, so yeah, man. We were talking earlier, Stevie. Our hearts go out to every band member on both PBURG and EASTON that they're not playing and not doing this game this year because I know it's a big deal, just as big a deal for you guys as it is for guys like Billy who actually played on the field in this game. Man, it's the end of the season. It's like you guys are all pumped up for it, like it's the big dance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got a question for Billy.
All right, Billy.
Now, do you think this game should be played in April? And do you think it would have the same outcome as it would right now?
I didn't hear the beginning of your question there.
I said,
Say it
do you
again.
think the game should be played in April? And do you think it would have the same outcome as it would if it was played now?
You know what? It's hard to tell. You know, they're talking about starting wrestling March 1st. You know, and that's when the spring sports start. So, again, it's hard to tell. I mean, you got to know. I mean, are you going to have all? And I'm sure if they did play the game, you know, all the guys that are on that team, whatever sport they were doing in the spring or whatever, they would want to play football. This year, I think, you know, especially late in the season, I think PBURG's clicking on all cylinders and playing great football. I was able to see one or two of Easton's games. It's always a different. You can never predict an Easton PBURG game. You can't. So for me to sit there and say, would it have the same outcome? You never know.
You don't know.
I just think the kids would be more out of shape.
Sure, absolutely. But again, I mean, it's just that day, that game is who has more heart and who wants it more that day, regardless of records or regardless of how much time was off. Whether if they would have played it in the spring or not. Yes, it's tough to say.
I agree.
Now, if you were a senior, would you want to play in April?
Oh, I would definitely want my senior year. Whether it was in April, whenever we could play it, I would definitely want to play it. Whether it was
or another Gatorade game.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. But and in all honesty, though, it wouldn't be the same.
Hi, Courtney.
It takes away from a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Tom and Janet are chiming in to Billy. Tom has the 1988 VHS of the 100th game. As you remember, the head coach lived next to your grandma and grandpa.
Hey, does anybody want to explain to Stevie what a VHS tape is?
Yeah,
This is the thing.
I do know what VHS tape is.
Oh yeah,
Do you
that's right.
really?
Hey, Tommy and Janet. That was the ESPN game that was played.
88. That's when I went to school.
Yeah, that was the
That's right.
I want to say it was, if not the first, but one of the first high school football games that was nationally televised by ESPN.
That's correct.
It was the first. The Tale of Two Cities. You had Rich Price at quarterback, who was replaced like in the fourth quarter with Troxel due to an injury. And
Yes.
Yep.
I remember that game. It was my junior year. Yeah. I remember a lot of great players on that team. Will Spencer,
Laramie Furman,
Larry Furman, Kevin Kane, DiGirolamo.
Tom Dominic was the coach, I believe.
Yeah.
E-Dog Moore. So, who do you
Dave. I gotta go.
think
Dave
would
on
be a
this.
better running
Come on,
back,
man.
Dave or the running back we
But
have
I'm
now?
biased.
Ian, you're going to put that on a spot like that?
Yep.
Wow.
Come on, man. He's your boy.
So listen,
Let me guess. You coach.
I'll give you the answer to that. I think they're a little bit similar in style, but I'm going to have to go with Matt Cattell. For the reason being is Dave and I both coached him for 4 years, and I think that he's a little bit more versatile.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. Both great athletes. Both of them great athletes. Dave ran the ball hard. He was a fast runner, and like I said, they both have a similar style of running. But I got to go with Matt, and only for the simple fact that Dave and I coached him. Sorry, Dave. Love you, buddy.
So, Steven, your mom coming in at 88 was your dad's freshman year. She's showing his age right there. You realize that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, it was my junior.
Well, what year was that, cuz?
That was my junior year.
That was your junior year?
I was 3.
AJ was 3 years old. And Steven, you weren't even born yet, bud.
Nope.
Weren't even a thought.
He's agreeing with you on your selection there, Dad.
Ian, great question, though, buddy.
That was awesome.
Now,
I thought for sure you'd say Straley, man.
Who said that?
What's that?
AJ?
You thought I would say Straley?
No, I thought
did your
you said
son see
Straley.
tapes on Dave?
No, the way he picks on Straley, I doubt he would ever say Straley.
It goes back tenfold. Trust me.
Listen, I love my boy. I can't comment any further on it.
Hey,
Yo, we can tear up Straley all we want because that jerk was supposed to be on here and he's chicken shit. It's fine.
You know,
I understand it.
I'm going to keep it very, very. I'm going to keep it short. I was very disappointed when he, when he wouldn't come on with me. I thought for sure when I said that I would do it, that he would do it with me. He bailed. So that's a slight, reasoning behining why I got to go with Matt Cattell. Aside of us coaching him.
And the truth sets you free. Actually, I bet you $1 million that he would. I bet you $1 million that he would agree with you because he coached them too, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? I mean, I wish he would actually comment in on this, but
Steven wasn't even. Yeah, is he even watching? Wasn't even a thought of Steven. You weren't even a thought in '88. Yeah, where was I in '88? Sixth grade, I think. Whoa!
Oh, Joe. That's
I
Joe.
think that's Joe.
That's Joe.
That's Joe.
That's right. He's the stalking one.
Yeah, Maddie would not.
I want a confession on who wrote that. Maddie
That
or
was
Joe?
That was Joe.
Probably more Joe.
Whoopsie.
If it's Joe, he's going to type in Maddie.
Stevie, you being a Fulse, you know what this family is, right?
Yeah, it's a bunch of weirdos.
They are. They're something. Dave would give everybody haircuts in '97.
Do you know what? That is true. Only because he only knew how to give one, and that was shave it all off.
Brett Brown chiming in. What's up, Brett? Thanks for chiming in. TJ, yeah, that's Joe. We realize that. Yeah. My dumb ass there. That confirms it for you, cuz.
It is.
It's definitely him. All right, we're gonna switch gears right now, and we're gonna actually let Steven and Billy participate in this because I'm sure you guys watch the NFL. We're not going to keep records or anything, but you guys can pick against us. Every home team sports on Tuesdays, we pick 4 select NFL football games, and this week for week 12. My cousin Philip McDevitt there actually picked the games that we're actually, picking this week, right, Phil?
I didn't pick nothing. I was just making suggestions.
This guy's not even in first place in these picking games.
And we took.
I know, right?
Maybe we'll let Shango pick one of these days. The problem with Shango is Billy. The problem with Shango is he gloats.
Ego.
What?
So much.
What?
Talk so much smack.
That is blasphemy. First of all, I am not a gloater. I am a very humble and loving ruler of this
When's
group.
that person show up? I haven't seen him yet.
Sir, as your king, I find that.
So Stevie, for Stevie and Billy's sake, we're going to show you the standings right now. Shango's 18-6. Myself and TJ are 14-10. Philip is 15-9.
And you got special needs in here.
AJ Varga is 11-13. Billy.
AJ, that's kind of disappointing. AJ.
I mean, I'm telling you, head injuries are a real thing. Nobody's listening all season about this.
So we're gonna start off with the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans in a big AFC South matchup. Who do you got, AJ? Colts or Titans? Because we got to do it quickly.
I'm going first already.
I'm going clockwise.
I'm gonna go Colts.
Colts it is. Shango.
I did another weird week where I'm going to agree with AJ. I'm going.
Are you really? Billy, who do you got? Colts or Titans?
I'm going to go with the Colts.
They're playing good.
They are.
Even with old man Rivers. Phil, how you feel with Colts and Titans?
Going with Colts again for the second time against the Titans.
Steven, who do you got? Colts or Titans?
Colts.
Everybody's picking the Colts, and so am I. Chiefs and Bucks. AJ.
I'm going to go Chiefs.
Mr. Shango.
You already know I'm going my homeboy.
Who's your homeboy?
Mahomes.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Let me tell you something, Phil.
Yes.
Hold up. Y'all already know what I'm about to sit here and say. I don't appreciate nobody on this panel trying to tell me that Patrick Mahomes boy ain't my Mahomes boy.
He's bringing out his inner. Is bringing out his inner Shannon Sharp.
I'm gonna sit here and say, Patrick Mahomes boy, the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. Who do you want?
All right, Billy, who do you got? Chiefs or Bucks?
I'm going to go with the Bucks on an upset.
All right, he can leave. He can leave.
You know what, Phil? Who do you got?
God, shit. Fuck.
Yeah. Yo, Billy. Normally we break it down, but like we're running short on time, so I'm kind of flying through them.
I don't like Shango going Bucks, but I don't like Brady either. But
No, Billy said Bucks.
I know, and Shango said Chiefs, and I don't like Shango because he's
You
in the
just
league.
want to try to catch me, and it's adorable. But I mean, I'd have to be
Adorable.
for you to be in first place.
I can't pick every game he does.
All right, so who do you got?
I just said I got the Bucks.
Oh, you got the Bucks. Stevie,
Chiefs.
Chiefs. With
Good,
Mahomes,
smart kid.
baby.
I like him.
They're
him.
They're 8-1, man. You can't
He's
argue with
smart
that. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs as well. Cowboys and Redskins on Thanksgiving.
Oh, damn it!
Cowboys and Redskins on Thanksgiving. AJ. I call them the Redskins, the Washington football team. I apologize.
You had to pick this game.
I'm gonna go.
Of course.
I'm gonna go Redskins.
Good. Shango.
The athletic trainers for the win.
I'm gonna take that as a Cowboy win.
No.
No?
No.
You're not? You're not.
You know what? I'm a gamble. I'm gonna gamble this week. Okay, I'm gonna gamble.
Yeah.
I will go with the Cowboys.
Billy.
As much as I'm a Giants fan, and I wish. Yeah, I really don't even. I want the Giants to lose out. You know, I want a good draft pick, but I gotta go. I gotta go with the Red Sled.
Ask AJ. They got the best quarterback in the NFC East.
I gotta go with the Red Sled.
They do.
Okay.
I gotta go with the Red Sled. Andy Dalton.
Philip. Cowboys. Stevie. Cowboys.
I know I'm losing.
Cowboys.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with the Washington football team. Okay. And the last game was, and I hope it's being played because I know there's a lot of COVID cases involved, but Ravens and Steelers. AJ, Ravens and Steelers. It's hard to pick against that 10-0 team, eh?
I'm gonna take.
He's going Ravens. He's going Ravens.
I know. He will.
What?
AJ. Shango.
First of all, time just stopped. I'm gonna go with the Steelers because the Ravens don't have anybody to run the ball other than a quarterback, and he probably gonna break things. So,
yeah, Ray, no doubt, but that's not one of the games we were picking. All right,
pay attention.
Billy, who do you got? Ravens, Steelers.
I got to go with the Steelers, man. They're hot. They're a hot football team.
Phil.
I'm going with the Jets over the Dolphins. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going.
That's not what we're talking about, Phil.
Jets.
Ray Pat.
The Jets.
I'm going. Here we go. I'm going to Ravens.
I can believe that you spelled ego, you jackass.
I've been getting you guys on this Steeler bandwagon for weeks. I finally got you there, and then I jumped ship.
I was already
Stevie, Ravens or Steelers?
You got kicked off the boat.
And I'm going with the Ravens for the upset.
Okay, so now there's somebody else I need to worry about.
Bugs, E-Dog, no, Dad. You're wrong, Dad. Patrick Mahomes.
My boy loves Patrick Mahomes.
That kid is
Washington. Ray's got Washington over the Cowboys. Hey. He's got the Ravens over the Steelers.
You know, again, I've said this every week. CTE is a real thing.
Aunt Lydia would kill him if he didn't say Cowboys, Stevie. Is that true?
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm going on the record. Aunt Lydia is the reason I'm picking Washington.
Okay? Oh, I forgot about her. Damn it.
All right, man. We're gonna get out of here soon, but Billy, I'm gonna give you the last word on PBURG EASTON, man. What do you, if you could say anything to everybody out there listening about PBURG EASTON, just sum it all up, man. How do you feel about this?
How do I feel about it, man? It's about the cancellation. It hurts, man.
Yeah.
It's the tradition that everybody looks forward to every Thanksgiving. To not have it, again, it hurts. It's what everybody looks forward to, and you get up that morning, and I can't even say that dinner is going to be the same.
Yeah. Right. Exactly, man. I remember, for the most part, from 1988 to 2018, basically, I remember getting drunk Thursday morning, watching the game from what I can remember of it, and then going home and then eating till I passed out because, just to soak up all the alcohol I drank.
Yeah, you know what? I got to be honest. There was times where afterwards I didn't remember a lot of things when I got home, and sometimes I slept right through Thanksgiving dinner and got in trouble for it. But that's how it went. I couldn't do anything about it. I had a good time.
Hallelujah. Any last words from you, Anthony Joseph?
Nope.
Last word. That'll take 20 minutes at least from Billy. Billy, these people know you or what?
You know what?
I'm gonna tell you. Day after Thanksgiving, wrestling's always starts, so that's when the real sports start.
Shango,
how did I know that was going to come out of your mouth? I love it, though.
Shango, you got any parting gifts? You want to say goodbye? You want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody? Something.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bless your heart. That's all I got. Bless your heart.
Steven, my boy, you got any parting gifts? You want to say happy Thanksgiving to the family? Everybody you're not going to see.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I wish this football game actually happened.
Yeah.
But sadly won't.
Right. Well, let me tell you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Congratulations to all the seniors that are making it this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to tell you something that I talked to you last night, and you were nervous as heck, but you did a great job. Congratulations. That was awesome. Thank you so much Thank you so much for your time tonight, brother. I love that you came on there and you made mom and dad proud. You did not, and you also made Aunt Lydia proud with that stupid Cowboys pick, but we'll take it. All right. So Billy, thank you so much for coming on, man, and sharing your experiences in this game. That game in particular was awesome, but this game in general lives in the hearts of every single Easton and Phillipsburg resident. And I tell you what, man, you are absolutely right when you say it's not going to be the same eating Thanksgiving dinner this Thursday without having experienced this game, even if it's on TV or live, whatever. But I'll tell you one thing, next year, I just hope it's back to normal. I hope we're back to a place where we could all laugh about when we were on here last year talking about this game that didn't happen. It's a travesty, but at the same time, safety first. And I agree with AJ. I don't really think it should be played in April, but I know that, I know a lot of the kids will probably want to play it. I mean, some of them will want to play it, I'm sure. Some of the parents will probably want to play it because it's something that's you can never get back when you're a senior. It's a shame, but I hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. I want to thank everybody that was on here tonight. My boys, AJ, Phillip, Shango, Stevie False, and the man, the quarterback of the former quarterback of the Phillipsburg Stateliners, Billy Moore.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure, and I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving.
Yo, we got one last comment. TJ Spitter, great job, Billy and Steve. Billy and Steve, don't go anywhere when we go off the air. I want to talk to you. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Tune in tomorrow with my boy down there, TJ Spitter. for his Turkey Day special. He's giving shit away, man. He's giving away gift cards. He's giving stuff away. He's going to have trivia. I mean, and he's going to have a lot more guests than I did, so it's going to be fun. So if you enjoyed tonight, you're going to really enjoy tomorrow night. So come on and hang out with TJ. And actually, I'm going to be on too a little bit with TJ tomorrow as well. And the guys here in this room, we'll see you next Tuesday for Home Team Sports. We're out.
Thanks, TJ.
I see you shiver with anticipation.